Now, a few people have recently asked me, why did you create the Get Ahead Collective? And to answer that properly, I'd like to share a wee bit more about myself. Now, most people, they know me through the business world. For more than 40 years now, I've worked with businesses, leadership teams, and business owners. I've actually had the privilege of helping grow companies, leading teams, navigating challenges, and building organizations both here in NZ and further afield internationally. And for many people, that's the side of me they've always known. But that's really only part of the story. And alongside that journey, there's always been another side of my life, a quieter side, a more creative side. And music. Music has been a lifelong passion for me. Over the years, I've spent many hours writing, recording, and playing music with a guitar in my hand and the American Indian flute close by. And recently, I started learning the piano. And I've even released my own album as a fundraising for a trip to Machu Picchu many years ago. Now, creativity has always been an important part of who I am. It helps me slow down, reflect. It's where I reconnect. It's where I find the space between the notes or the stillness between the lines. The moments that remind me there's actually more to life than simply being busy. And over the years, that creative journey, is found expression through my music. And more recently, through my Self-Abundant Life channel on YouTube. That's a space where I've been sharing my reflections, my videos, my music, and my ideas around stillness, awareness, and personal growth, and living perhaps a more conscious life. I've also spent many times experiencing the great offerings in the world. I've seen 37 countries, sometimes for business and sometimes for adventure. And those journeys have taught me that while people may live very differently, many of the things we seek are remarkably similar. Connection, purpose, community. A sense that our lives matter. A sense that we're contributing something worthwhile. And then there's been the journey I've shared with my wife, Raukura. Through her work and through our lives together, I've had the privilege of being exposed to worlds that many people in the business community they'd never encounter. Workshops, retreats, festivals, woo-woo ceremonies, conversations about healing, growth, purpose, community. And I've met some extraordinary people, healers, facilitators, coaches, practitioners, people doing genuinely meaningful work in the world, people helping others to navigate some of life's most important challenges. And what I've come to appreciate is that these two worlds, they have far more in common than many people realize. Whether you're building a business, creating music, supporting others, or pursuing a calling that matters deeply to you, the journey, it's often the same. We're all seeking meaning. We're all seeking connection. We're all trying to create something that makes a positive difference. And if I'm honest, as I've grown older, I've found myself asking different questions. Not just how to build successful businesses, but what creates a meaningful life, what contribution really means, what legacy looks like, and how can we support one another to become the best version of ourselves. Now those questions, they've become increasingly important to me. As I've moved through life to my late 60s now, I've found myself increasingly drawn to supporting people who are doing purpose-led work. People who care deeply about the impact that they're having in the world. People who want to make a difference. People who are building something that comes from the heart. Now this drawing is not because I've left the business world totally behind, but because I increasingly see the value in actually bringing these worlds together. My practical wisdom of business and the deeper human desire for purpose, meaning, and contribution. Now, if that resonates, hey, I'd love to have you join the conversation and perhaps become part of the journey that we're creating through the Get Ahead Collective. So thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.